With a successful Indiegogo campaign under its belt, BiggiFi shows a lot of promise. But with such heavy competition, can it succeed? Hey everybody, what's up? UltraMag64 here, and this is my review of the BiggiFi Android stick. Right off the bat, BiggiFi comes in a nice, simple package. Right up front, you see the very nicely designed HDMI stick. You also get a wall charger, power cable, and HDMI extender. Now we've got all that out of the way, let's talk about the BiggiFi HDMI stick itself. On the left side, you'll see the power port. Turning to the back, you'll find a full USB port. On the left side, there is a micro SD card slot for expandable storage. And of course, on top, after removing the cap, you will find the HDMI to plug into your TV. Speaking of TV, BiggiFi, like most HDMI dongles or Android sticks, is very easy to set up. All you need to do is plug the BiggiFi into the HDMI port on your TV, and then plug the power cable into the BiggiFi. And if you don't have any wall sockets nearby, you can always use the USB ports on the back of your TV. What makes BiggiFi so unique is its method of control. You see, your smartphone or tablet become your BiggiFi controller. All you have to do is go to the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, find the BiggiFi app and download it. Once it's downloaded, you just have to be on the same Wi-Fi network as your BiggiFi, and it will connect and begin the setup process. Once you set up your BiggiFi, you'll notice something very different about your TV. It's magically been turned into an Android device. Yes, that's right, BiggiFi is running the full Android UI. So that means you have access to Google Play and its wide selection of apps. For what comes on the BiggiFi itself, it comes with a few games already on the device along with Netflix and YouTube, along with a few other apps, but overall, your BiggiFi won't be weighed down with much bloat. And what there is, you can actually uninstall altogether. It even comes with an FAQ and recommended apps just in case you need any help getting something rolling. Now then, with the basic rundown of the device out of the way, let's talk about what I actually liked about the device. For starters, the fact that BiggiFi supports not only Android, but also lets Apple users join in on the fun feels very inclusive. Secondly, in terms of gaming, pretty much every game I threw at the BiggiFi, it played without a problem. Another strength of the BiggiFi is the fact that it streams media very well. While I did notice the slightest bit of lag between audio and video, your mileage may vary, and it wasn't big enough of an issue for me to really care about. But sadly, nothing in this world is perfect, and BiggiFi is no exception to this rule. While I love the BiggiFi rocks a full Android interface, it can be a little troublesome to navigate. I frequently found myself having to change controller modes to get around. I would have liked to see the mouse mode be able to stimulate touch and hold instead of having to switch to touch mode to not only clear background apps but also delete apps. The next problem I have is concerned with gaming. Games with virtual on-screen controls are impossible to play on the BiggiFi. I wouldn't mind seeing a controller layout added to the companion app so that you can play even more games with the device.
Hey there guys! Welcome to Bobby's Nitpicks. This is the section of the review where your friendly neighborhood Minecraft sheep and channel mascot tell you guys a few things that I personally found annoying, but not really big enough to really count as negatives. First off, let's look at those settings. For starters, there's no Bluetooth support, so sorry all you controller lovers out there, there's no Bluetooth for you guys to connect to. Sadly, the chips for Bluetooth are a little on the expensive side, so on one sheep hoof I can understand why it's not there, but it's still a shame nonetheless. Secondly, let's talk about that USB port in the back there. Look, I'm a Minecraft sheep. I have hooves, so it's a little hard for me to use the touch controls for BiggiFi. Why not let us connect USB controllers to the back of it? All you would need is the right drivers, and that can be arranged with an over-the-air update. Sure, apps would need to have controller support, but sometimes I just want to use physical controllers. Finally, why can't I hide my wireless ID that's displayed at the bottom of the navigation bar? I looked all over the settings and didn't find any way to disable it, and it's just more of a pain for Magnus to edit it out. Anyway, those are my nitpicks. Magnus, back to you.
In terms of comparing BiggiFi to Chromecast, I don't feel that's quite fair. They're both capable and out to do different things in different ways. But if I had to say one thing, I will say this. While the Chromecast is great for streaming media, gaming-wise, it's no competition. Sure, you can cast to the screen of your Android device, but the feature feels very much in its infancy at this time, and not fully featured out like the BiggiFi. Alright, now let's look at some Magnus Bits. These are features that I personally found really awesome. Starting with the USB port on the BiggiFi. I love that I can plug a flash drive into the BiggiFi for file transfers and app storage. I also love that I can capture with my Elgato. It opens up so many Let's Play doors for me. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, I love how fast it boots up. I mean, this thing's like a cheetah. I mean, sure, it's not the fastest thing like a lightning bolt, but it's still pretty fast. So overall, the BiggiFi is a pretty neat Android stick, and if developers continue to support it, I feel like it can be very successful. It's got good build quality and a wide range of compatibility with apps. If you want to pick up your own BiggiFi, they're around $80 on the BiggiFi official site. But anyway guys, I'm UltraMag64. Remember, don't feed those parasprites, and as always, happy gaming. I'll check you guys on the flip side. Bye!